My name is African Tigress, a Kenyan traveler, content creator, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and proud advocate for a borderless Africa.
My name is Rocky Dawuni, and for me, African unity is what I aspire.
Borderless Africa would work if people are curious about other African countries.
On the 14th and 15th November 2025, precisely 141 years after the Berlin Conference, which imposed artificial borders on Africa, I convened with other like-minded Africans at the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, for the high-level forum on borderless Africa.
I want Africa with no border.
Ghana!
Mauritania as well.
I'm from Guadeloupe, which is a very beautiful island in the Caribbean Sea.
In this episode, I shall be sharing the highlights.
Can I add something on the previous question that you asked, Valerie?
Yes.
You talked about something about the political climate in East Africa.
The powerful, emotional stories.
Being dehumanized, being tortured, which is the hardest thing for a man to say he was tortured. He stripped naked.
The activities we took part in. And of course, the fun moments that made this entire experience unforgettable.
It's surprising. We talked so many things.
It was intense.
The biggest headache to the Italian government, they are using a 50 million tool, the Paragon Israel solution is spyware, to spy on my phone.
It was inspiring.
I will say inspired.
Inspired?
Yeah, inspired as well. Because when you are in the room with different young people from different parts of the continent, and everyone has his own story, even before the yesterday meeting and after, we shared lots of talks, and I'm really inspired by lots of people from this room.
And deeply meaningful.
Journalists, storytellers, and digital creators assembled on African soil at the headquarters of the African Union are united with one voice, one purpose, and one vision.
Borderless Africa!
Wow, Addis Ababa looks deep. Oh, they even now have sidewalks. Last time I was here, they didn't have the sidewalks. It has really, really changed. Looks nicer, neater, and cleaner. Wow. I just made it to the African Union headquarters. So this is what it looks like on the outside. Maybe for the time that we are going to be spending here, you'll get a glimpse of what it looks like on the inside. This is where all African presidents meet to make decisions that affect the continent of Africa. Let's get in.
So I'm not too late. Not too late. Hello. Okay. How do I go in this way?
You have an access code or a badge?
I have an ID, my passport.
Here today?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Badge.
Welcome to Addis Ababa.
Ghana.
Mauritania as well.
Mauritania.
Name?
Who's that?
Akusa from Ghana.
Must be from Mauritania.
Hello, my name is Elzo. I'm from the islands of Cabo Verde.
Cabo Verde. I can't wait to come back again. Yeah. Beautiful Cabo Verde.
You party a lot in Cabo Verde.
I'm not here alone. I'm joined by other incredible influencers from across Africa, all united under one mission, pushing for a truly borderless Africa. You shall be meeting them in the course of this forum. If you've never had a chance or an opportunity to see what the inside of the African Union headquarters looks like, so here is just a little glimpse of what it looks like as we head for our first session. I am going to include additional information and important links in the description so you can explore more, because there is simply too much happening for my camera to capture it all. Let's take this journey together toward a truly free and connected Africa.
Mariam, Morocco.
Mariam from Morocco. And
Ziggy from Senegal.
Ziggy from Senegal.
Ziggy.
So beautiful. So nice. This is the inside of the African Union. So we're going to one of the conference rooms. This is why we are here. High-level influencers forum on borderless Africa.
Hamjambo.
Hatujambo.
Karibuni.
Asante.
Karibuni tena.
Asante.
A moment for the African Union anthem.
For the sons and daughters of this continent who are ready to speak their truth for the power of this continent, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the sons and daughters of the soil who know they are greater than how they've been presented, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and Kai.
For the space that we are in, where we're going to open up our hearts and souls and give it to Mother Africa, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and Kai.
For the fact that we will speak the unspoken and not be afraid, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and Kai.
For the fact that we are here to shift the tide and change things for Africa, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
fact that we know we have powers in our fingers as influencers, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
powers of our foremothers and forefathers who brought us here, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For
Kai.
what we have learned and we need to unlearn so we can relearn who we are, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
fact that our hearts and minds are going to be open to taking what is truly African in our Africanness, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
power of the thought, the spirit of borderless Africa that defines who we are, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
fact that none of us is a stranger to the other, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe
For the
and
fact
Kai.
that our Africanness is felt at the belly, the womb of Al-Kebulan, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and Kai.
For the truth that you must embrace because of what was taken away from us by colonialism, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
fact that you were chosen for this moment to speak for the continent, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
fact that you cannot run away from the responsibility of this conflict, Ashe and Kai. For the power that I call upon from our ancestors, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
From
Kai.
our ancestors at the north, at the south, at the east, at the west, at the center, and at the diaspora, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe
For
and
the
Kai.
waters that carried our ancestors out of the continent to go and manipulate them, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
For the
Kai.
power that refused to die, that is our ancestors, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe
For the
and
space
Kai.
that's going to be powerful and transformative for the continent, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe
For
and
the
Kai.
fact that we are committed to Mother Africa, Ashe and Kai.
Ashe and
Ashe
Kai.
and Kai.
Ashe and
Ashe
Kai.
and Kai.
Ashe and Kai.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Kenyan.
Look, so like this morning I saw she was Kenyan. So I'm like, okay, maybe the nigga I'm like for an African. So I'm like,
Take it out.
You are going to dance for us. You thought what? You thought us? No, I wasn't. I wasn't from Jamaica. I was coming from Jamaica.
Viva Africa, viva!
Viva!
Viva Borderless Africa, viva!
Viva!
Now, it is known as, the people from Ethiopia are actually seen as very sly. The most sly country in Africa. They waited until they had built railways and nice buildings and then give them. It's the only country in Africa that was not colonized.
Yes.
Okay? Did we know that?
Yes.
It's the only country in Africa that was not colonized. Never forget it. So when you're stepping on Ethiopian ground, it's the only one that was not colonized. Have a seat.
I am an African.
Not because I was born in Africa.
Not because I was born in Africa.
But because Africa was born in me.
But because Africa was born in me.
Solid. That said, it is very dangerous for us to even go one more day without uniting our forces. Senegalese or Kenyans. We introduce ourselves as African citizens. African citizens. And that introduction is not or has never been more relevant than it is today in this building. Because in 1963, the way we are guarded is the same way that our forefathers and foremothers guarded. In the same city, in the same compound. I can't say the same building because this is a Chinese building. I think the other building is the outside. And had a hot debate. They had a hot debate as to the direction which the continent of Africa should go.
A little tea break after the morning session.
We went to the wrong place.
Yes.
Lulu, this is all that I can eat. Tea break. Yes.
So the Berlin Conference of 15th November 1884. So we are talking about 141 years ago. 141 years ago, did you even know you'd be here?
No.
My spirit was here. There's the body that was waiting. Are we together?
Yeah.
Africans need to understand that when the rain started beating us, it was on this date. When the rain started beating us as Africans, it started at this period. Are we together?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Let's go to the next slide. So, before that 15th November, maybe Africa was nice. We were holding hands across and happy. There was no difference. Everybody was in their own community, clan. There were no borders. We call Africa the Alkebulan. Do we understand the Alkebulan? Who brought us the African name, by the way?
Colonizers.
The colonizers. There's a Roman general who said Africa and we stuck with it. So in the fire, I write Africa with a K.
It was called Africanus.
Africanus. But we know that when we are called Al-Kebilan, we know that we are the Garden of Eden. I like pushing for you Africans, great Africans, to lift your chin up, for you are daughters of Al-Kebilan. I like saying you're the sons and daughters of Al-Kebilan, if only you knew. Because we have been taught to bow. Since this conference, we are taught to bow instead of lifting up our chins.
There is far more powerful information in these sessions than I can capture here, including insightful panel discussions as we continue pushing for a borderless Africa. Be sure to check the description for all details, and please take a moment to sign the petition linked in both the description and the pinned comment to support the movement for a truly borderless continent.
Oma. So this beautiful complex that you see over here was built by the Chinese as a gift to the Africans, to the African Union. So that is the one that Africans build. That is the old complex that the Africans build.
Imagine Chinese giving us our own AU office.
But do you know what they did? So when China built this building, this beautiful complex, they bagged it. So for about 4 or 5 years, everything that was being discussed, the information was being transferred to Shanghai at 2 a.m. Facts.
Yes.
Facts. It's not a lie. Facts.
No, that's crazy.
It's a fact. It took about 5 years for people to discover, to notice that information, huge amount of information was being transferred to China. What were you expecting? And then you find Chinese suddenly having solutions to the things you need. And then you wonder, how did they know? Because they know everything you've been discussing during the day. OAU, Kwame Nkrumah.
Africa huru. Africa moja. I want to.
First of all, I'm gonna call him first, and then I'm gonna tell him why we're here.
Yeah.
And then what we require of our ancestors. Osajifo, Uma Yenina Yebedu Hanu. Na Yenimse Ahanum Suna, Amani Nina Ebaye.
And it was time for us to enjoy some local delicacies. I love Ethiopian food.
On behalf of Selam. Oh, kumbe kuna sukuma wiki?
It might oneka kama sukuma wiki.
But si sukuma. It's something else.
Kwa kitu kingine. And you'll be shocked.
I like vegetables, so it's okay. I'm afraid of eating meat that I don't know. But I can eat any vegetable. Any vegetables.
I love this kit.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Not just speaking from a vacuum. Yeah. And of course, there is a build-up of intellectual information being pushed his way. So of course, he has no capacity to diffuse it. So he'll speak the way he speaks.
As long as this infrastructure has been built by a Chinese people, it means that
it belongs to the Chinese.
I think that for me, I would suggest a new African Union to be built. Honestly, like I would suggest a new African Union to be built in a different place, because if the complex is full, because how can our rich continent, like how can the entire of this be built with the Chinese?
I'm from Ghana, which is part of the ECOWAS, and traveling within the ECOWAS states is supposed to be visa-free. But I think if I look at all the other parts of Africa, ECOWAS is the one that still struggles with land border crossing, even though it's visa-free. You find with countries like Togo, Benin, and Ivory Coast, they are still finding ways and means to get some money out of you, even though it's supposed to be visa-free. I think one of the most embarrassing moments for me was I was traveling with my Canadian friend, and she got to Togo. She got an e-visa. When we got to the border, she was allowed to cross without any complications, and I was made to stay behind to pay 5,000 CFA before, right? And mind you, I've been to Togo countless times. If it's your first time going to Togo, they'll say you have a virgin passport. If you pay 5,000, if you have been to Togo before, you pay 2,000 CFA. There's no receipt for that. So one of my concerns with Borderless Africa, making sure all of Africa there's free movement, is improving the immigration experience at these borders, especially when it comes to land, right? Even though Kenya has been announced as visa-free, I know that when my Nigerian friend was crossing the border, she had complications there as well. So there needs to be a mindfulness, and as an influencer, the way I use my influence is to speak on it. The more you speak on it, the more you draw the government's attention to the land borders, and the more they are forced to do better.
So countries play lip service when they
Yes.
say it is visa-free.
Yes, unfortunately, Ghana even announced visa-free for all Africans, right?
Yeah.
And it was announced by the last president, Nana Addo, and it was supposed to take initiative this January, but it's not reflected. On my flight coming here, I was with a Zambian who said she had to pay $150 to get into Ghana.
The person in South Africa really is suffering. The black person in South Africa does not determine his own destiny, unlike other African countries. So I think the first step for South Africa is that we need to empower the black people in South Africa. That's what, from there, then we can be able to start talking about borderless Africa. We cannot talk about borderless Africa to a nation that is not empowered in its own blackness.
Faith, I will quickly tell you what I tell all South Africans, that the whole of Africa came together to stand for South Africa to end apartheid. And all of our countries here stood with South Africans. Another reminder I give South Africans, I tell them your national anthem, Africa is not for South Africa, it's for the whole of Africa. So they can't shut their doors to Africa. But like you say, I totally agree. We have to raise the consciousness of South Africans to understand that. Thank you very much.
Me too. I will give a shout out to Steve Biko.
Yes.
We need him in South Africa.
Yes.
Too much focus on Mandela. We need Steve Biko, we need black consciousness. Thank you.
2 years ago in 2023, I did a road trip around the Victoria, actually Namlolwe.
Namlolwe, yes.
Victoria, Namlolwe. Yeah, so I did that road trip and I went to Uganda and then I drove to Tanzania. When I was in Tanzania, I noticed there are certain stereotypes that are still prevalent. I got stopped in so many traffic stops and those police officers spoke to me in Swahili and they said, utafanya vile ambavyo unafanya huko Kenya, meaning you will do as they do in Kenya. And what he was implying is I give up right. So, and I was actually on the wrong. I was wearing sandals. Apparently, we're not supposed to drive with sandals. Yeah, so there are those stereotypes that impede our movement.
Yeah.
And if they see a Kenyan number plate, you're moving around in a Kenyan number plate, you'll get stopped all through.
Yeah.
The other issue that I'd like to mention quickly is movement with equipment. So let's say you're carrying cameras, gear, you might end up stopping at the border for more than 7 hours. Yeah, it happened to us when we were going to Zanzibar and we had to, and the reason why we actually chose to do the road trip was because we are not very clear on laws with the drones. So you can't, it's difficult to get on a plane with it.
Yeah, the laws on drones are still very fluid in all of our countries.
Yeah, so that's an issue if you want to film aerial content, yeah.
Solidarity amongst ourselves. Is it possible for you in Kenya to reach out to the Gambia or reach out to Mozambique to an influencer doing the same thing and you form a collaboration across the borders? Tell us about your experience, man.
Well, I've had both experiences whereby people are open for collaboration, but it's easier to get people to collaborate when your platform is already big. But when you are starting, it's really difficult. But it's not a challenge. I've been to like half of the countries in the continent, and a lot of times I've actually met creators in these countries, and we've been able to collaborate. I don't see a big challenge with that. And especially after people see you in their country, you'll even find some people reaching out to collaborate. There's been challenges in the past, but you know, that's kind of expected.
Do you think the Borderless Africa agenda can be a strong advocacy focus for you and your collaborators on your platform?
Yes, for sure. I believe
can we sustain it? You know, sometimes the fire is hot. At 1 minute, then it dies. But we need to sustain it. Can we sustain it?
I think once you become a creator, I think over time you'll have to develop a thick skin.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you do, you're gonna have people who will still find a fault. So you might say something, not realizing that it's offensive, or someone will take offense in it. So, but I think as a creator, the first thing you have to do is to develop a thick skin. Because if you can't do that, then you can't survive on the internet.
Thank you very much. You know, dear.
Can I add something on the previous question that you asked, Valerie?
Yes.
You talked about something about the political climate in East Africa. And what I believe is, as the citizens, the ordinary citizens of these countries, we actually do like each other. It's the politicians who don't like each other and who try to cause issues among people. Recently there was elections in South Africa, but you find Tanzania. You find like a week or 2 weeks earlier, Kenyans and Tanzanians were having it on the internet, like, fighting each other, but ordinary, But when they heard what was going on in Tanzania, you had some Kenyans were trying to cross over the border to go and help Tanzanians fight. So I believe for us to achieve that borderless Africa in the region, it also starts with us. We have to elect good leaders and get the bad leaders out. We have to elect leaders who have the mindset of borderless Africa and unity. We are many, many Kenyans, we are about 60 million, Tanzania probably about 60, 70 million people. They are more powerful than just 1, 2, 10, 20 politicians. Right. They are more powerful, so it's us as the ordinary citizens who have the voice, and we can create space or room for that, for us to have the borderless Africa.
Thank you, Marceline, and I want to emphasize, big clap please for everybody. I really want to emphasize what you said.
Good morning from beautiful Addis Ababa. Let me show you my view. This is the view from my balcony. Woke up feeling refreshed. This is Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I have a panel today, so let me show you my outfit inspired by one of the countries in Africa, and let me know which country you think that is. So this is my outfit. Let me know which country is this. If you say the Kingdom of Lesotho, you are right. Look at that. So my outfit today is inspired by the Kingdom of Lesotho. Ready to go, ace the day. Let's go, the bus is leaving. For my breakfast, Selamo? Nanish? I love Ethiopian coffee. Thank you. This. You had to give us a show. What's your name? And if you would change one thing in Africa, what would it be and why?
My name is Rocky Dawouni, and for me, African unity is what I aspire for in every sense of my being. Yes.
And where are you from?
I'm from Ghana,
all right,
the west coast of Africa. Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
If I want to change something in Africa, maybe the borderless. I want Africa with no border. Okay. We can visit each other, we can connect, we can do network, we can visit each country without visa. So yeah, for me, I want a unity Africa.
Okay. And who are you and where are you from?
I'm Jessie Madalena. I'm from Angola, and I am a content creator.
Hello, my name is Faith Riano from South Africa. If I had to change one thing about Africa, is it will never be colonized.
Okay, why?
So that we can have African unity and everybody can have one love.
What about the current situation? If you had to change something out of the current situation?
The current situation, I would remove the borders. I would have one nation, one Africa, one currency, African unity, and have a language that every African can speak.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
My name is Valerie Keter. I'm from Kenya, and if I was to change anything about Africa, that would be the solidarity within us. We need to work as a united front for us to prosper both economically and in other facets of our lives.
All right, thank you so much. Why?
Okay, so my name is Sandy. I'm from Guadeloupe, which is a very beautiful island in the Caribbean Sea. What?
If you were to change one thing in Africa, what would it be and why?
People, they won't be happy of what I'm going to say.
Just say it.
What I want to change in Africa, you're going to say it's not deep enough, it's not important enough. But what I want to change in Africa is black women who is wearing hair that doesn't belong to them. I usually wear my natural hair, as you can see in all my videos. But the thing is that what I'm really sad about is that a lot of black women and African women, they feel like they have to wear fake hair, like they're not beautiful with what God gave to us. And you know, we think it's not that deep, but it's very deep. It's about our identity, our self-esteem, the way we're going to raise our child, and even it's a health matter, because what we put in our hair, relaxer and even fake hair, there's some like industrial product that come straight into your blood. So it's so important to me. So that would be the one thing I would change in Africa, and I think it would change some stuff more deeper than just hair. Full dopamine.
And he makes our like pants.
Okay.
It looks like a cocktail ceremony.
People out there.
This is important to see Africa like a big house with different rooms and not do language like a border.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know whether to be happy or sad that we have less speaking Portuguese people in Africa. I'm happy because they didn't colonize more. I'm sad from what you say. But thank you. That's a very important point. Thank you very much. Have a seat.
Africa, when we visit church of meetings, it's often the same country that I've represented. South Africa,
Nigeria,
Kenya,
KENYAN.
But now I have people from Mauritania, from Angola,
Yes.
from Zambia, even from the Caribbean. So I'm very inspired by this, and also I was very inspired by you, energy, the way you manage everything.
I will say inspired.
Inspired?
Yeah, inspired as well. Because when you are in the room with different, like young people from different parts of the continent, and everyone has his own story. Like even like before the yesterday meeting on Archer, we shared lots of talks, and I'm really inspired by lots of people from this room. So yeah, I would say.
Do you know Ayachebi? Doesn't she remind you of Ayachebi?
Conservative.
You know your dad will hear this, but I'm listening.
No, he's okay. I'm his
okay.
interesting child that always discovers new things.
Yeah.
But I think yesterday, starting with the program like you did, and you had this prayer, was very interesting. And then the moment with
Why was it interesting, Myla?
I just have never experienced that.
Zambia is a Christian
It's
nation.
a Christian nation, and
That's
then
what they
I've
always
grown
say.
up purely, almost cultish, in very small.
What do you think that prayer was?
It was a prayer, but I just found it very interesting that you didn't pray to what I've always prayed to. So I was so fascinated by that.
Oh God, you had that one. And I was praying to you.
Yeah.
The God of the hills, of the mountain, of the water. Do you understand? But I really appreciate that you're saying that.
Mr. Rocky's moment also by yesterday was also very new to me.
Right.
So yeah, that was shocking, but also fascinating.
But does it challenge you?
Yes, I love learning new experiences. So
Yeah.
I'm that child that is no longer as mainstream in the church. I'm finding myself spiritually.
Yeah.
So I did find that really fascinating. So
Thank you. One of the most shocking fallacies about colonialism, when they came, they said we did not know who God was. But then they borrowed who we knew as God to infuse in their religions. And Africans were so spiritual, so spiritual, that they wouldn't walk God's earth with their shoes the way we do.
Yeah.
So spiritual that God's earth you don't walk with your shoes. You have no right. So one of the most powerful fallacies and misinformation about colonialism is that Africans didn't know God. It's the saddest thing. All right? Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a very important. Sorry. Bottom-up struggle, where citizens hold power and demand accountability from their leaders. Do you know that one?
Yes.
That's okay. It's me and him are in the conversation. Let's go, Masangara.
Lunch o'clock.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's alright. Okay. I got our dessert here. Guess this will be my dessert, watermelon. The rest, no. Oh, and this one too, yeah. Mostly YouTube, actually.
Mostly?
Yeah. Mainly YouTube.
Okay.
It's the first platform I grew on it.
Okay.
It's also my I've been to Ethiopia so many times. Okay, the fact Addis Ababa has changed. So many old buildings, like down there, are being brought down and building more high-rise buildings. This is a big difference compared to when I was last here. Tropical Mall. Yes. Okay.
But I just wanted to say this. As part of our clamor for a united and borderless Africa, we want to decentralize this campaign. We have been doing it as a Pan-African campaign, but we want to decentralize it so that these campaigns are done in individual countries. What we want to achieve is that each of the 55 African republics have an active campaign to unify Africa.
Our commitment as storytellers, influencers, and journalists, as custodians of the African narrative, we acknowledge the power we hold. Our pens and keyboards can expose injustice and celebrate progress. Our cameras can illuminate truth or enable silence. Our platforms can either divide or unite a continent. We hereby commit to using our influence for the liberation and integration of Africa. We undertake to tell the African story with dignity, eschewing stereotypes, sensationalism, and narratives that fuel fear and xenophobia. Yes. Okay, now follow me.
Follow you.
Now follow me, straight line.
Because we've been called by history. 141 years ago, decisions were taken on our part where none of us, none of our ancestors, none of our people was at the table when those decisions were taken. Those decisions have defined the character of who we are till today. It has defined the character of our economies, defined the character of who we are as a people. But we stand today, November 15th, at the same compound and space where our leaders and forebears who created the foundation for the renewal of our bond and our commitment to each other for a unified vision of our continent in this venerated city of Addis Ababa. Osadi for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Haile Selassie, and a whole lot of great visionaries of our continent recognize the importance of our unity, recognize the importance that we have to rebuild bridges to each other. We have to heal the wounds that have set us apart. We have to reconnect ourselves to each other in order for us to take bold steps into the future. But today, I see promise. Why? Because when I look at the faces of everybody here who has journeyed here, I see the faces of Haile Selassie. I see the faces of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I see the faces of our ancestors coming to renew that commitment. Africa, our continent, from its inception, Africa was the birthplace of humanity. Africa was the leader of humanity. The first people to see the first light of creation was Africa. Our land was endowed with resources, flowing rivers. When you read about Eden, there could never be a place where Eden could be than this land. Our people, the diversity of our continent. I always say that Africa has the power and the diversity to populate millions of new worlds, because we have, every culture has a worldview, a dance, food, language, uniqueness that is going to ensure humanity's continuation. So we are a people endowed with this power. But when we look around, our potential has not been realized. Our ability to be the leaders of a new time, a new race of humanity, has not been recognized, has not been achieved, has not been manifested, because we have gone through systemic systems that has robbed us of this capacity. From the transatlantic slave era to colonialism to neocolonialism to now, when we look even digital colonization, which is taking place right in front of our eyes. I was very glad when the ambassador spoke of AI. But let me tell you one thing about AI. You know, what the technology has done is that most of the time they harvest our information. They harvest who we are, remonetize it, and resell us and repackage it to us. AI has promise, but who controls the data from AI? So the sovereignty of the next generation has to be also in the sovereignty and control of who we are, our identity, our culture, which is now being digitized. Our identity is being digitized. Who we are, our languages, who we are, it's all being digitized right now. Who controls it and who owns it? Without that control, we are setting ourselves up also for a new form of digital colonization that is emerging. We can't miss the opportunity of every generation to become footstool of others. So for me here today, I'm not talking in numbers, I'm not talking in figures. I'm talking about who is in this room. We are the promise. We are the vision of our ancestors. And we traveled from different places with different mindsets, different visions, different capacities to be here. So we don't have to take this for granted. The future of our continent depends on us. It was put in the hands of politicians before, during the dawn of independence, but now our ancestors have distilled it into our hands right now. That is why on this auspicious day, November 15th, when the rug was pulled from under us as a people, we have the opportunity to reset that, So going forward, this is about recognizing our capacity, recognizing who we are. Because if you are called to greatness and you don't stand up to greatness, then you diminish your capacity. We are a people who need to stand tall. We have to use the means in which we are to tell the stories of our great men and our great people. Nobody's telling the stories. You go into our educational systems, we're not telling the stories of Kwame Nkrumah, Haile Selassie. Do you know that where we are right now, standing here, is the land that was never conquered and never colonized? That's why we are here. So that whilst we stand here energetically and spiritually, we decolonize. We understand, we go back to the origins. If we talk of the throne of David, the throne of Solomon, there is no direct linkage of the throne of Solomon to the Ethiopian throne here. Right here, and it's our legacy as a people. That's why we are gathered here. But it's not about us gathering here. It's not about us talking to each other. It's not about us making reels and putting them online. It's about what we do from here, what we take from here, what we inspire each other from here, and the actions that we take from here. This is a time for bold initiatives. This is a time to recalibrate our mindset to believing in who we are. You are not French. You are not English. You are not a representation and refabrication of colonial identity. You are the original people. We are the original people. And we have to know that right now the world is changing and the world is looking for leadership. Everybody's looking inwards. Everybody says, my people, my people. Who are our people? Our people are recognizing the connection that we have through our culture, through our identity. To go back to prior to 1884, this continent connected by our richness. So today is an important day. Today is a day of rebirth. I want to say happy birthday to us all, to usher in the new vision of a borderless Africa. Borderless Africa is not necessarily geographic. It's a mentality, it's a mindset, it's a state of being, it's an identity. So today when we go forth as, they say, born again. But I feel that when we talk about Africans being born again, it's about being renewed in our mindset, in our perspective. I don't see Togolese, Kenyan, those are all brands that were created, and we have enforced those brands till today. So I appeal to you, my brothers and sisters, today. We are the voices of a generation. We represent our people. We don't take this for granted because we were called here. We were called here a long time ago. Thousands of years. Our ancestors saw this time and this day. That's why we are here. So when we step out of here today, I want us to step out of here as a renewed group of people. Let's utilize our means to tell our story. Let's utilize our means to inspire our people. And let's utilize our people for the new time to rise up and lead humanity into the new future. Thank you very much.
For getting new jobs or experiencing new experience of jobs, but it has been impossible because of the borders and the visa processes that we have. So the first one is for job opportunity, and the second one is for family ties. We know as Africans, just keep talking. As Africans, we are related to one another. We have the same blood. We love one another. We have families from one continent, from one country to another. So having a borderless Africa will help us to magnify our family ties. And the second one is, the third one, sorry. For the question who, we have said East African Legislative Assembly, and I think it's clear. It doesn't even need that much of an explanation. And the fourth one is yes.
Being dehumanized, being tortured, which is the hardest thing for a man to say he was tortured. He's stripped naked, witness his siblings being raped, those being murdered, those being slaughtered. Things that I'm telling which are not far-fetched. Just Google it. In the group earlier today, I shared a link to a lady who is Ethiopian. Her name is Naima Jamal. By the time when she was trafficked here from Ethiopia to Libya, she was just 20, tortured, enslaved, raped, and I witnessed it. I wrote to this government. I was sitting somewhere in Brussels. I never received an answer. To Interpol and to all the police department here, I received no answer. I was forced to expose her face on the media in order to have her rescued. When we talk about saviorism, we also need to question from what end does it come. The person who took up the call was the late Pope Francis. He called me, he gave me the money, and we had to pay to the bloody human traffickers in Libya to have her liberated. She's now in the refugee camp in Rwanda, and I met her just a few days ago, which is why we have to do what we are doing. And we need you to question really, and to pay attention to the nearly 2 million people of African youth who are now stuck. Do we know about the Merila massacre in Morocco, the 24th of June, 2022? They were the very people I was with them in Tripoli protesting for 100 days in order to be recognized, sending signals and emails and all what we could do to the African Union Commission, only to be silenced, only to be unrecognized. But when it came to Europe, who was the primary funders of our suffering, of our torture, of our massacre, they responded the following day saying, we recognize this, it's very complex, we need to negotiate. There should be nothing negotiable on my skin, on the future of our children who are dying every single day because of lack of recognition, because borders that have been enforced on our people that have not been consulted. When we put in question, for example, the law 2015, Article 36 of Niger, which was influenced, subjugated on the Nigerian government in 2015 to ban the circulation of people in the ECOWAS region. No one could move from Nigeria, from Ivory Coast, from Ghana to reach Niger without being perceived as someone who is a threat to Europe, who is trying to migrate, who is trying to invade. The names I have been called and the people who have died in this period, it is innumerable.
David, we want to honor the journey you have walked and the sweat you have put in, especially for the Book of Shame. And I want to ask, we have now become a strong solidarity team on Borderless Africa. What kind of help would you need in all of our platforms here? Would we feature Book of Shame and you talk about it? Would you give a briefing? Would you give an interview? What kind of help would you need from this network that we have now? It's a loose network. Please, give me 3 points very quickly.
I don't want to sell the Book of Shame. What I want to sell is the distribution of information, to call on people to try to really, even Google what is happening. Let's put it straightforward, to Black Africans in Libya, in Tunisia, in Algeria, in Morocco, in Niger, as a consequence of European border externalization, because no one knows what we are doing in Africa. But when you go to Europe, I am the biggest headache to the Italian government. They are using a 50 million tool, the Paragon Israel solution is spyware, to spy on my phone, to make all our work null. The European Commission, they know we have taken them to the International Criminal Court. The administration across Europe, they know we have taken them to the Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg. They know we have taken them to the Court of Justice in Luxembourg. They know that we have flown and attended all the state assembly parties in New York, in Washington, and we have left no stone untouched. But why are these stories not in Africa?
So we need the information.
Information.
Could you hold this? May I request that we stand and just honor David and the work that they do, and we clap for David and the team that's working with David and the people that he has featured and the journey that he's pushing forward and the fact that we will stand with him and then he's reaching out for us to give him space and solidarity. Thank you, David. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a seat.
Wow. Just one word.
Yeah.
My coming here was not entirely about this. It is the rage that we, the people who are called refugees, the migrants, the people on the move, who now live in Europe, want to make use of. We are looking back to Africa.
Yeah.
And we want to unite this force. It is very unfortunate that I discovered about the Africans rising just 11 days ago, and I decided to come.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much. Have a seat, David. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Look, like we are very okay, like we are very fine, like everything is together, but we are human beings going through this and that. So I give you gifts to encourage you. Yours is personally yours. If you want to share, you can.
Connecting reparation struggle. Stories from the diaspora.
So thank you very much. It will be available online after this. I was holding on to it until it is launched. So I'm going to share it online. Please share it as far as...
Beautiful people, my beautiful people. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Let me hear you sing with me now. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. From every corner we'll be swinging, from every country we'll be singing, and you know I did this for you. You know that music is a language to free us from every bondage. So I sacrifice for you, oh Africa. I dedicate this song to you, my beautiful people, my beautiful people. Come and sing along, yeah. Now we can all sing this. I dedicate this song to you, my beautiful people, my beautiful people. Come and sing along, yeah. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Now let my brother sing with me. I'm a believer, I'm an African, I'm a proud African, African, you an African, we are Africans, we are Africans, you an African, I'm an African, I'm a believer, yeah, a believer, I believe in a borderless Africa. So now we go. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Forever borderless Africa we sing. La 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 la. Ganam Sulima, Dilaylo, Sunana Mudita, Kaweta, Kanelido, Kitanimani for Kunduka, Tulida, Sunana Mudita, Kaweta, Kanelido, Baby, up for me, after Jidiren, Hello, Baby, up for me, after Jidiren.
Come on, backup dancer. No, Sandy.
I know.
And of course, we had to end this forum on a high note. It was so exciting, so much fun, and a lot of lessons learned. We are now preparing to go to Addis Ababa's finest, the best restaurant here in Addis Ababa for dinner, as some people will be leaving tomorrow early in the morning. We just finished the high-level influencers forum on Borderless Africa. And how was the experience?
I think this is one of the most amazing experiences.
Yeah.
Because I met many people from different countries. Very creative mind, very smart people. And I made a lot of connections. So I'm so happy.
And who are you again?
Jeremy is founder of Milwaukee.
From?
Togo.
Okay, and?
Hi everyone, I'm Akosia from Ghana. I really enjoyed the Borderless Africa. I met like people from 22 African countries, and I think that the team did a good job of bringing diversity. I'm truly inspired to learn more about other countries and then to share more with my audience. And I finally got to meet one of my YouTube faves.
Is it YouTube?
Yes, a big one.
We just concluded the forum and officially presented the Addis Ababa Declaration to the African Union. Now we are heading to the highest restaurant in Addis Ababa, located on top of the city's tallest building. Let's go for the last dinner.
If this was Dubai, you'll be paying $100 for this.
That's where you're gonna start paying.
Hello. I think to that side is Mexico. Last time I was here, the building I'm in, oh look at that, we keep changing colors to the Ethiopian flag. Last time I was here, this building was under construction. A lot of
okay, apart from the fact that the building country, do you like really enjoy it?
I do enjoy it. I actually love injera. I love injera, I love their music. So when I visit other African countries, no, it's kind of the same. If I'm in Kenya and Zambia, the vibe and whatever is kind of the same. Ethiopia is on its Previously, I would never take this sparkling water, I never used to take so many things. They're tasty. But I think after some time, like after maybe a month or so, 3 weeks is when if you pass 3 weeks, you can do it. Because first 3 weeks are challenging, most challenging.
Your body is still craving the things, you know.
But after you pass 3 weeks completely, after you get to a point now you like the taste. I never thought I could take sugarless coffee. But now I like it.
Wow. Is that
I enjoy it.
No, we know you don't like us. You only like your content, but yeah, but it's fine.
you say that?
Because you don't like me. I'm crying.
You need to do more. Huh? What are you having? You don't know the name. It's something. Steak of the day. Steak of the day. Okay.
Mia Kai, lamb regatta.
Okay. All right, go. Go and marry the side chick.
A Kenyan man.
Friend, you know how we've been raised to be hardworking and all that.
Are you cool?
So don't be Barbara. You call?
I wish I hadn't dressed like this because it's warm.
Hey to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday,
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new. Make sure to check the description and sign the Borderless Africa petition. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next African country.